Hi everyone, I'd like to share some information with you on drop sites. I'm an engineer by profession and I've been working with babyhood for over 12 years now, working on the standards for cots as well as the drop site mechanisms that we use in our drop site, defining them and improving their performance. But before I go into the details of how our drop site mechanisms work, I sometimes find people ask the question, is the drop site safe? Why do we need a drop site? So in regard to the first question, are drop sites safe? Answer to that is yes. The reason being is in Australia we have a cot standard, and within the cot standard is a part of the standard that involves with the testing and the performance of the drop site. It's quite a rigorous test where they apply 50 kilogram load at different parts of the cot over an extended period of time, making sure that it maintains its structural integrity. The second part of the test involves operating on the drop side over 200 times, also dropping the drop side 200 times. This is to ensure the integrity of the mechanism. At any point in the test, if there's a crack, if there's a warping, if there's jamming, or any sign of it not performing correctly, the test is failed. So this is one of the reasons why the drop sites that we implement here in Australia is very good, because it is governed by a very strict standard. We in babyhood, we use only a local test center, a NATA approved test center in Tasmania called Ferntech Afadi, and they are a very rigorous and strict regimen that they apply when they are performing their test. So that's a comfort and a guarantee to you that the cot that you are buying from babyhood has a compliant to the Australian standard, and it's been tested by one of the best test centers in the world. So why do we need a drop site? Well, the reason is you probably need your drop site from the time your baby is born and up until they're toddlers. The drop site allows you to have access to your baby, even at the bassinet level, quite easily. If the drop site was in a up position, it's a little bit more difficult to get baby. If you have got back problem or if you had a cesarean section, then even the slightest movement like this can be difficult for you. Having the drop site allows you to access baby a lot easier. When the cot is on the lower level, when your child is now a toddler, then getting an access to the baby becomes even more difficult. That's when the drop site really comes into assistance to you, because it makes it a lot easier for you to get to your baby. Now, drop site mechanisms comes in two types. There is the more commercial type that is used in childcare centers that has push buttons or triggers. This mechanism is not really convenient for domestic use, because the reason being is generally when you've got your baby in the arm, it's very difficult to engage the buttons that need to be on either side of the cot to lower the drop side or to lift it to get your baby in and out. The mechanisms that we use in our domestic cots are what is called an internal single hand drop side mechanism. Internal means it's not visible on the outside, so it won't affect the aesthetics of your cot. And most importantly, it is a single hand mechanism, which means it allows you to operate the drop side using one hand. Has a safety mechanism at the bottom, so you lift, push and drop, but effectively you can still have your baby in your arm and still manage to operate the drop side up and down without any interference or difficulty. Drop side mechanisms, like all mechanical devices, need to be maintained regularly. So it is advised that every few months you clean your drop side, or you also lubricate your drop side with a little bit of petroleum jelly. That will ensure that your drop side will be maintained and will last you for many years. Thank you so much for your attention. I wish this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us or to call us. We are happy to help. Thank you and have a lovely day.